What's up, everybody? Brett here, back today playing some more Battle Brothers. Got a lot of stuff to talk about, got a lot of stuff to do today. We're going to be picking up with our O-Takers campaign. We are in the city of Weiss, and we are headed over here to the Coven of Midnight Terror. This name, Covens, of course, makes you think about Necrosavants, the vampiric enemies in this game. I hope they don't send me against those guys, because we're only taking on a 2-skull contract here. Obtain the artifact. We're not even getting paid all that much, but our brothers are in good shape. Minor injuries. We've got decent supplies. Is there anything else I need to be doing here? I don't think so. I think we're pretty much good to go. Yeah, we're good to fight. I had some stuff I wanted to talk about. I did a quick name change. We got Anthony the Rich here. So this was Winrick. And we went ahead and changed him over to Anthony the Rich. He's a great character. Anthony asked for a named character in our Let's Play, and you got it, bud. You didn't give me a name to go with, so I just used yours. And because your name was Winrick previous, and you're also a disowned noble, I felt like Anthony the Rich was perfect. And my kids just watched Richie Rich the other day, the original, and I used to love that movie when I was a kid. So boom, all stars have aligned. And I also got another name suggestion for Vaskir, Blade of Doom, but we don't have anyone cool enough right now who's not currently named to give such a name to. I just want you to know that I got you on deck, bud. And as we kind of get going here, there's something else I wanted to talk about. I think it was Mr. Blue in the comment section who made a good point about rally. And sometimes in this game, because I've got, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, maybe 4 completed Let's Plays, 3 completed Let's Plays on the channel. I don't go over everything as well as I should for newer players, and I apologize for that. I try to hover over stuff that way you can read at your own leisure if you like, and then go over the stuff that's really important or has a lot of minute details, and that's kind of what Rally is. So we should go over this real quick. Feel free to fast forward if you're a Rally expert, but stick around if you want to hear what I have to say. So, I think it's Mr. Blue, like I said, who said that in his formations, or at least the one he's currently running, he's got brothers on the outside to deal with potential routing issues for morale. So I like that strategy, and that's currently what we're rocking here. It's not bad. It really depends on the type of run you're running. If you're doing a peasant run or if you're doing an anatomist run, those are very different things. Peasant runs, I think, can field 16 brothers on the field. Of low quality, whereas the anatomist run, your brothers can never be confident, they're easier to route, etc. There's all these different variables that we could plug and play here. Some companies I've run, I only had 1 source of rally, and I made it all the way to the end like that. But normally 2 is my goal. How do I like to normally place them? Kind of the same. To the sides, but also in the center. That way I get like a nice overlap here, and a nice overlap here. And understand what I mean by overlap, we'll very quickly read what Rally does. And there's a couple very important lines in here. Yes, it costs 5 AP and 25 fatigue, so it's not a spammable thing. It triggers a morale check to rally fleeing allies within 4 tiles distance with a bonus to resolve of +28 based on this character's resolve. Triggers a morale check to raise the morale of anyone wavering or worse within 4 tiles distance with a bonus to resolve of 28 based on this character's resolve, but lowered by -10 per tile. So the farther away you try to rally someone up to 4 tiles away, it really just won't work very well. It can still, you can get lucky, but it won't work. And then lastly here, removes the sleeping status effect of allies within 4 tiles distance. There's no odds on this, it just wakes them up. This is what you need to use against the Alps, who do put your brothers to sleep. But like I said, it's not a spammable thing, and it does have a bit of a cooldown. As it says at the top, and this is the important part, a single character can only be rallied once per round. You can't double it up. And you also can't really spam it, like I said. So having 2 sources of rally for a team like the O-Takers, perfectly valid, especially when we fill these back rows up with Hedge Knights and Sword Masters and all the great stuff that's going to be ahead of us. It won't look so goofy. However, the anatomist run, we might need to run 3 sources of rally, and even that might not be enough to be able to pull us back from the brink in certain fights. So I just wanted to make sure I went over that. It is sort of an obscure mechanic, and I wanted to make sure we were all on the same page there with how it worked, and hopefully you found that helpful. So alright guys, without any further ado, let's head down here to the Coven of Midnight Terror. Pretty intimidating name. Hoping to find some web necks. Give me some wolves. You used to find those everywhere in your campaigns, and I haven't even seen either yet so far. I feel like they kind of nerfed them at some point, and they just never really, I'm going to say fixed it. I'm going to say fixed it because I feel like it is a problem. So here, guys, we're going to read this. A lot of times you fight Ancient Dead, you get a little bit of lore, game lore. And for those of you who don't know anything about the game lore, well, here we go. You don't step into the ruins so much as clamber, hobbling over the stoneworks like a bat trying to walk upright. Getting to the bottom of the descent, you find what looks like hundreds of clay pots, old chariots, more mulch than wood, and metal water basins filled with rusted shields and spears. Errantier Darkar Clanrat, I love it, takes a torch and throws its glow toward the walls. Great murals run along the length of them, great artworks depicting battles you've never heard of. Each step you take seems to unveil another ancient victory until finally you come to a giant painted map. There you see a continent overrun with the rule of an empire, gilded its belly, blackened its borders. Errantier Darkar Clanrat walks over, the finger bone of Sir Gerhardt in hand. You nod and tell him it's time to go. When the two of you turn around, there's a man standing there with a spear in one hand and a shield in the other. Another figure joins him and another, their steps hitting the stone floor with metal malice. You yell at the mercenary to run, and the both of you abandon the ruins in a hurry, the staccato clap of a death march on your heels. Outside, you wheel around and order the men to get ready for a fight. Before the first sellsword can so much as draw his sword, a stream of armored soldiers emerge from the ruins' stacked formation and level their spears at you. Their lieutenant points a decayed finger and speaks with a voice so graveled the words weigh deep in your chest. The empire rises, the false king must die. To arms! And we should be able to handle some auxiliaries and ancient legionnaires. Could be dicey though. As long as I play well. I mean, we have many advantages here. Let's pass with our range. We're going to want to switch to our two-handed stuff. We'll take a volley. You know, we'll take a volley or two as they come in and attempt to take out some of the armor that they might have, in the hopes that we get some easier kills here. Nice to know that this squad won't run. Or at least hopefully won't run. There we go. Armor's gone. And if we can crush the auxiliaries before the legionnaires step in, this fight just becomes so much easier. Already shield walling. Just a pain. Pain in my keister, as the kids say. You have quick hands, so we can afford to switch. Try to get lucky and just put some deeps on the armor, man. I was hoping to hit that just to showcase how much damage it can do to a target, even just the skeleton, but we're not really getting lucky there. Alright. Show me what you got. Everyone waits now. The key to fighting them is to make sure that they step in on you, and then they get smashed on the first turn. When your brothers become really good, really high stats, really good weapons, these fights become so trivial. Up until the final fight, you guys know what I'm talking about, those of you who are experienced. The final ancient... Well, actually, now there's more than one horrible Ancient Dead fight in the game. And we're already off to a fantastic start. The whiffs just keep coming and they don't stop coming. Back to the rules and I hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. I feel like I messed some of that up, but it's been a while. You guys know what I'm talking about. 33%. We switch. Sucks because we got the Saif here. We're going to go south. I feel like they're going to try to overload me here on the bottom. What do you have, quick draw? You have a pike. Excellent. We haven't hit a single shot yet. Feels pretty Batman. Gisbert, pike time. He did not have quick hands. We should have switched him last turn. I thought we all had it, but that was incorrect. And we missed a 70. We should have been able to kill both of these guys. If we're being real. This is kind of crazy how bad this is going for us. And we hit him in the head. Jesus. Okay. Alright. We've got a pretty strong pocket here, but they could very easily smack us. I mean, this triple surround on Galdrick is horrible. We're going to move down. I'd like to get all the way down here, but this is fine for now. Not a bad chance to hit there. We could get him before he shield walls, but seems unlikely. And they're just going to shield wall attack and probably really hurt Galdrick soon. Alright, we take the 44%er. Jesus, come on, game. Alright, we're coming here. I'm really just trying to hit anything. We're going to go 3v1 up top. That's more than enough. Heracles is in crappy armor, though, so it's a little more dangerous than it may at first appear. Getting that kill would have been huge. It would have taken him off of a triple surround. But we got to get some hits, man. 44%. Thank you. That's what we needed. Now we can get some real surrounds here. Could drop a dog as a distraction. And they love attacking dogs because they're so easy to hit. Okay, we need to go after this guy. We've got the biggest surround on him, best chance to hit. Good, the armor's going down. This is going to be a little bit of a pain to get over here. That was beautiful. We don't really have any chopping weapons to break their shields. We needed that too. But just hitting them, their shields will start to break. I mean, we just missed 249s. I hate, like, keeping track of my misses, because they get pretty... I mean, add up 49, 49, 45, 35, 35. Like, what are the odds of missing those? And it's kind of wild. Not to cherry pick. Minor amounts of cherry picking. And that was a great hit. The sad thing is they don't really have a lot of stuff that we want. And they can come... Watch, we'll wait here. They can come with some good stuff. The armor they have, the helmets, is all pretty much not bad. For a really early game. Good hits. Would like to get Anthony out of here. We're going to rotate him, and then we could potentially get Mudun in there and rotate him there. That kind of messes up this little maneuver I was going to do, because we could have just stepped in and maybe hit him with the bill hook. Let's see. Are you faster than a skeleton? Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Come on, guys. Our bro's life is in your hands. And for our trouble, we got a level on Arantir, rather. Nice, a silver bowl, some wine. Takes forever to spoil. And we got the helmets, the 130s. The 95s are pretty trash. Did we get any of the regular swords? No, we got the broken... No, we got one. We got one ancient sword, which is, once again, not bad. The weak cleavers. Whatever. the loot there wasn't especially great. When the fighting over, you look over your attackers. They're shelled with an armor you don't recognize. Galdrick Bisbing tries to pry one of the corpses out of its helm, but to no avail. He looks incredulously at the body. It's like it's just stuck there, or a part of him or something. You tell the men to gear up and get ready for a return to Helmer of Weiss. No matter who these men are, you're out here to get the finger bone of Sir Gerhardt, and that part is done. Now it's time to get paid. Let's hope for a fight on the way back. And let's level Arantir here. What do you got, Arantir? You are an excellent bro. 4 there, 3 there, 3 there. Seems pretty simple to me. Could give him big hit points, big resolve. Or instead get pretty good hit points. Or good hit points, good resolve, and then everything else is going to need kind of the pick-me-up. His melee skill is pretty low, but defensive stats I'm not mad at. As far as perks, we were looking at Underdog, Berserk, Battleforge. What else were we getting on these? Oh yeah, that's right, that's right. So we were grabbing Crippling Strikes Executioner on this squad. Which some people like, some people don't. I get it. It has pluses and minuses, but you got to pick a build. I want to say I've done just about every build. I've made ninjas, I've made sword masters and fencing bros and light squad. I've done it. I've done almost everything you can do in the game. I'm not going to say everything because you guys are pretty creative and you'll come up with stuff. Sometimes I'm like, what the hell? That's pretty sweet. But you got to have the right bros and you got to have the right gear. But anyway, check this nonsense out. These helmets are pretty heavy, huh? Do we need anyone for a 130 helmet? I don't think so. These are 125, but they're kind of balanced at 125, and these being 95. Yeah, these just suck. They just suck. We don't need to worry about it. We'll just sell it. Fighting 3 unholds. We can do this, guys. This is a fun fight, not a smart fight. With our range tools, I think we have the ability to focus them. We also have a lot of bleed. We could even equip these falcons, honestly, and try to get even more bleed. But the arming sword, I think, is just so much better that it's probably worth it to use those. But it's tempting. Bleed works really well against the unholds. I think we fight them. But this could be really dumb, especially fighting them on high terrain. Alright, I changed my mind. I chickened out. Sorry, guys. We discovered the collapsed hiding place. That was already sketchy. Fighting them on high ground is super dumb. And would just be probably a waste of all of our time. And I can't really protect our bros. Sadly. A 3-skull contract now. Someone pointed out to me how strange it was that we're already seeing like sword masters in the arena for our anatomist run. We haven't even got like our first crisis yet. I think something's... I'm not going to say something's wrong with the game, but I think something's slightly untuned. I feel like, what day are we? Day 44, I'm getting the hardest contracts in the game, essentially. That feels incorrect. I feel like I shouldn't be getting these for like another 30, 40 days. I should still be in like the 2-skull contract range. We haven't even had our first like world event yet. But I'll try. Getting some brigands killed. This, once again, could be something we could do. They want us to go to the place we just discovered. So like Mom always said, if you're good at doing something, don't do it for free. We found the place, didn't go there, and now they're going to pay us to go take out the place we just discovered, and we know where it is. And that's another thing about fighting the unholds, if you're wondering like why else I might be reticent to fight them. The amount of damage unhold can do to your men and their armor, the sheer injuries and stuff like that is so terrible that it could put us out of commission for a long time, and then all we get for our trouble is, well, I'm not going to say all, because you get some of the best crafting ingredients in the game. Their skin and their bones make some of the best, some of my favorite also, attachments for armor in the game. So it's not bad to farm them in the later stage of the game when you can reliably circle them and beat them to death, but that's not going to be easy for this squad. Not yet. 3, though, was kind of the right number. So, without any further ado, many Brigand Raiders and a few marksmen. If we can pick off their marksmen. I'm attacking from the high ground like a falcon. While spying on the Brigand encampment, you notice the profile of a man... Oh, no. You notice the profile of a man you've heard the locals almost fervently describing. It is Bleakblade Ingram, a famed robber baron that terrorizes these parts. He's got a retinue of brutish-looking men following him everywhere he goes. You wager his head is worth a few extra coins. And they have a leader. Could be some famed loot in it for us, man. That would be pretty legit. And some weaponry that I would love to get my hands on here. That long axe is one of my favorite weapons in the game, especially if you can find a famed version of that. And their marksmen are killing it right now. But we'll see. We'll see who steps forward for them. Maybe some brave souls. Alright. They're covering these dudes. Bleakblade Ingram, eh? Old Bleakblade. We'll continue to wait. We'll snipe whoever we can snipe. If we can snipe their range too, that would be pretty huge. Like him, for instance. This guy would be the snipe. Okay, missing a 50%er. Let's start looking. Yeah, that sucks. Him stepping forward does suck. We're really kind of counting on him not covering his bro. We could have shield walled the entire front. That takes a lot of fatigue if you're wondering why I didn't do that. And we landed two very low chance rolls. So the game's like, hey man, chill. I'm trying to give you something. A 39 versus 29. Now I'm going for this guy, even though the odds are less, because killing him is more impactful than putting perhaps a little bit of damage on this dude. But let's see what they do here. Miguel, I was about to say, if he gets hit by one of those, this could be big trouble. He doesn't have Battle Forged yet. Well, he might actually. He looked like he didn't take a lot of damage there. Alright, he's gone. He's out of the fight. That sucks. Well, let's wait. Wait. I don't really want to engage them in melee. I think I can win this ranged engagement. I should be able to win this ranged engagement. But they're taking smart engagements here. Really? Back up. Move to the center. 6%, huh? Like I said, I just kind of want to just shoot in the center here and just see if we get lucky, hit anything. I think we win this trade long term. Especially if we could get some kills, man. I could step up here. Shield wall. I don't hate that. Give me a little more cover. Get the kite shield up front. Wow. Alright. Kudos to you. I feel like they're just going to snipe the hell out of Gildrick now. And the AI just not missing a shot. That's crazy. That's absolutely... That's like 6 for 6 they just went. We got to get in front. We can't let them attack Gildrick. Step in here, see what they do. I mean, these 34s are not terrible. All I need to do is get lucky. We just got to hit this guy one more time. And I think he's pretty much out of the fight. And I'm being hesitant to step in because I don't want to get hit by that. But this has turned into a terrible fight for us. And we are not winning the marksmanship trade. I was hoping to fear him, but we did not. Let's shut all this nonsense down here. And go fisticuffs. If I'd have known it was going to play out like this, I would have engaged like very differently. And unfortunately, we're down 2 men who we really need in this fight on this side. And we need to step forward. It's going to make us easier to hit, but it's also going to give us a better chance to hit. We just need to fade a couple of these worser attacks. Our back line can afford to take a shot or two. That's not the worst thing. At least they would be the ones taking the shots and not the frontliners who are going to be taking a lot of shots here soon. Yeah, like a little bit of damage on Heracles. Does it really affect his ability to fight? And just like that, we're in the money. Shockwave. Sent down their formation. You pass. Killing him is huge. Potentially routes another enemy there. And now we have options. Arathorn, I think we start playing the pike game on most of these dudes. Can step in here and put a shot on him. Heavy breathing intensifies. Excellent. Okay. That's a crossbow down. Looks like we're not getting it, which would have been a good weapon to get. You just pass. Gisbert's probably another good candidate for just switching over to a pike or something. We got to get this guy down, and then of course Bleak Blade Ingram is scary. Ozpin's in a solo situation with him. More of a 3v3 really. Yeah, the situation's kind of scary now that I'm looking at it. Let's get in here and get the better surround. Heracles does not have quick hands. Ooh, that's a good move from the AI. It's hard to expect them to have rotation all the time. Ooh, we just got shanked with a knife? Are you kidding me? This has been a truly awful fight for us. I'm going to go for the decapitation there, though the odds were not in our favor. Now we got to get rid of this dude. Quick draw. What do you got for me, quick draw? Man, I got a grenade. Can't throw it this turn. But God, I wish I had known that before. Guys, I'm going to take this fight again. And it's not because we really lost our bro. This was a terrible fight for us. The way it all played out, the odds were crappy. But that's not even it either. This is a good opportunity to play better. And we need to learn from this. The AI, I don't know what's up with them landing like basically 6-7 shots in a row and me missing like 7 shots in a row. That feels a little, you know, like someone's putting their fingers on the scale. But their formation was, I mean, they used the terrain in a way that I didn't. I tried to keep a solid wall and it did not pay off. I'm going to adjust. You know, if they stick a dude out here and we can get a chance to just snipe him out, we will. And that might adjust our play this time as well, but it would be nice to kill him there. But with his bro now, okay, this is a 40% chance, and we needed to hit that. We wanted to hit that. Here, though, I'm going to step forward with certain bros. Other bros are going to shield wall. There's going to be a point where we can take a turn off, almost certainly. Do I have any good shots? No, huh? Put a 29% in that guy. We injured his shoulder. That's great. Should have respected their archers a little more. Shield wall is going to really help. You can step forward a little bit here on some bros. Crossbow bros. Because I don't think they're going to step all the way into these surrounds. So let's just get our kite shields out front. Respect their range. Can even get Urhami in here to bait an attack or two. I think he can survive it. He definitely has Battle Forged. This guy wants to come in, he's going to have problems. He's going to have to fight in a pretty disadvantageous situation here. We want the leader to sit back and throw and accomplish nothing. This guy wants to come in, we're fine with that too. Yeah, the shield wall you can already tell is paying off. Yeah, massively. So Miguel was getting crushed last time, and this time he's really just fine. So I've got a 43%er down here. I'm going to take this on Arathorn. Holy crap, we one-shot him and we got the axe. This is, I mean, obviously this is going much better than last time. And the 6 shots that they landed this last time, they have wasted on Miguel's shield. And the shield wall, if you don't know how that works, they're getting bonuses to their defense, but because there's 2 of them standing next to each other doing it, the bonuses are even greater. So that's a little bit how that works. I'm going to let these dudes do whatever the heck they're going to do, and we'll either step in on them or whatever based on that. Get some hits in before they start locking in their shield wall. 44% here. Wouldn't have been surprised if I hit that. Wouldn't have been surprised if I hit that one either. Start freaking these dudes out. Alright, another 43% chance. And that gentleman had an arming sword. Excellent for us. And because he has quick hands, we can get a kill like that. Does he also have berserk? He must, right? No, he doesn't. We can shoot and instead of reloading, pull out a pike and go for this 45%er. Now, while we didn't get it, that was still a pretty great maneuver that could have potentially paid off heavily for us. Now is a good time to step in. Step in. I'm going to step in here. It doesn't let me attack or anything, but if this guy wants to, if the leader wants to step in, he's fighting Mudun, our strongest bro. If he wants to step in here, he's fighting Ozpin and Arhamian. And he's going to link up with these dudes, which sucks. But we've also got a lot of support down here. And we're bringing all of it basically down here. Let's see what we can do. Hopefully they whiff some of these back shots they're trying to get. Could really use some hits here on these guys, especially this one. Take him out. Okay, well, we know where this guy is going once he's done throwing. He's going here. So it would behoove us to get rid of these dudes before that happens. So we're going to focus him. He's got no more armor. Shield wall, but he's a lonely shield wall. This is a 50%, but this guy's already getting crushed. We're going to go for the best shot, and we're going to also decapitate. Hope to get it. Hope to scare them. Go for the gash. I didn't get it. Could have potentially put some injuries on him, which would have been clutch. Alright, 45%, and we nail it. Beautiful. And then we pass. 34% would have been nice. I'm not complaining about anything now, though. This fight's already going so much better than last time. We're landing some of our shots that maybe we shouldn't land, if you know what I'm saying. Here. Yeah. Try to put a shot on that marksman. Try to get lucky and kill that one, and we did. And with that, 6 of them remain, and they're kind of freaking out a little bit, as they should be. Go for the 15%er. We had 2 40s there that we just whiffed. I'm not stepping in on this guy. I'll step in here for a surround. Could rotate here. That would have been good. I should have rotated Ozpin in. But I wouldn't be mad if Arhamian took a hit or two. We're going to move down here. It gives us a better angle there. Unless he steps up and does that. But we have to see where Bleak Blade goes. And I'm so stoked that crossbow missed us. Might take a little gross damage here. But it really wasn't that bad. And this dude is still throwing axes at us. which we will happily take. If he would have routed there, we could have stepped in and shut these dudes down. Alright, stun there doesn't feel good. And with that... Alright, at least you didn't shoot us in the back, man. Alright, we do that. We go for the hit. Go here. Go for the hit. Anthony has quick hands. I'm gonna switch out to the Saif here. In the hopes that we can get a better surround whenever this guy comes calling. We're not gonna let him go. We have at least one war dog, which is nice. Man, if I step in here, I get an attack. I'm going to do that in favor of trying to get onto this back line. Pretty clutch, pretty clutch. We don't have quick hands there, so getting that hit there would have been pretty sweet. Alright, and with that, the battle feels even more in hand. We don't want Bleak Blade to run away, so we will lock him down. And Theodore is now going to face the wrath of whatever weapon he has, and it's still the military cleaver, which we saw briefly in our first attempt. Anthony's in good shape. I'd prefer to have shield bros around an enemy like this. Let's get on to the marksman. There we go. Good to get the kills before the fight. We're going to step in here. We're stepping here with our Hamian. We'll take the shot. But we want to get him here. That way we can have maximum bros for rotation in case we need to get him the heck out of there. Landing that shot with the crossbow was enormous. Okay. Arathorn has what kind of weapon? A pike? Good. Alright. So the success of this fight really came down to us utilizing the shield wall mechanic, which we should have done in the first fight, but we just did not respect them enough. And we got punished for it. Now, Theodore's not in the best shape, but he also has 94 HP. And the guy's weapon is a bleed weapon, so if anyone's going to bleed, it should probably be Theodore. Now, keep in mind, this guy's also going to have 9 lives, but he goes down smoothly at the end there. Beautiful. And for our trouble, just a plethora of stuff. Happy to get another arming sword. Happy to get a military cleaver. Super happy to get a long axe. Look at the deeps on that thing. It's kind of a competitor for the billhook. It just depends on what you want to do with it. We got his helmet, the flat top with mail, a very nice piece, as well as another nasal helmet, which we could use. Going to replace some armor as well. What else? What else? Bunch of throwing weapons. Something else we wanted, and another stack of cloth rolls for whenever we get to the place where that's relevant. I'm stoked about that, guys. The battle finished, you walk over to Bleakblade Ingram's slain body and remove his head with 2 quick thwacks of your sword, the first cutting the meat, the second the bone. You drive a hook through the lip of neck flesh and draw a rope so as to attach it to your hip. That's pretty gnarly. Don't know if I'd want that. But what do we have here for Quick Draw? Quick Draw is definitely a great ranged bro in the making. Make sure he gets the fatigue bump. And then some good stuff here. I'm tempted just to take this 4-roll in range defense and never pump that again. Resolve, man, he really needs resolve. Could also use melee defense, but let's take the 4 here, and I'll probably never pump that again. As far as what we want on him here... So normally on backline characters, I will basically go reach advantage, overwhelm, because he's going to be using some sort of two-handed weapon, or in addition to a ranged weapon, which means he'll probably have lighter armor, he'll have higher fatigue and initiative because of that, and then overwhelm and these will become more viable options for him. I don't hate the idea of him staying as a crossbow bro, and if that's the case, we could pull the trigger on using crossbows. I had wanted to make my bros all archers in this run and use crossbows and handguns and such in our Anatomist run just to keep them a little different and keep them a little themed. But everything's kind of going sideways and backwards for our runs. So I'm not really having luck really making any bro do any sort of thing that I want him to do. Get that long axe in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this in favor of just having the reach from the hooked blade. I think that's better for us. Someone should definitely use the military cleaver. And just looking at some of our guys. It's a good weapon. Who wants it? Who's this? This is... Oh, wait. You know what? Let's give it to... Nah. It's gotta be someone with a really good melee skill. It's too good of a weapon not to. Arming sword there. We've got all cleavers and swords. Very interesting. Yeah, guys, I'm not sure exactly what I want here. We could go Crippling Strikes Executioner once again. It is good. We probably will do that. Yeah. All injuries. Whenever we fight men, they will be injured. That's a guarantee. And I don't remember. Do we get paid extra for having killed that guy? I'm not sure. Oh, but we got to give his helmet to somebody, too. The helmet is going to go to... We've already got one on our boy there. Kind of looking to see who's got the best level. It's got to be Geldrick. He survived so much. To not get the best armor is so cruel. Let's go better armor here. Wait, what is this? This is a 75, correct? Yes. Okay, good. That's a 140. We gotta make the adjustments. I gotta remember to do this. We gotta do it right. These are -1s. So they're okay for you guys using crossbows. And is there anything else? The javelins, the throwing weapons. Geldrick ain't throwing nothing. Ozpin could easily be a throwing bro, and I prefer javelins over axes. The difference is in their armor piercing values. So javelins more effective versus armor, but less damage ignores armor. And then javelins do just a bit of damage, a bit more damage overall, but they're also, I think, heavier. So that's the quick rundown on that. Miguel could also very easily be a throwing bro. I mean, as could Aarontier, for being real. So this could be a much more range-centric team than I was originally hoping to do. But anyway, guys, let's get back to Weiss. Weiss. Probably Weiss. Turn this in. And see if we can get back to Königswald, the place that actually has stuff. I don't even believe there's anywhere else to explore in a viscerally direction. Oh, wow, they did give us more. Wow, you throw the criminal's head on Helmer of Weiss's table. With a grin, you point at it. That's Bleak Blade Ingram. Helmer of Weiss stands up and unveils the burlap sack covering the trophy. He nods. Aye, that's him all right. I guess you'll be getting extra for that. You're paid a tidy sum of 2,500 crowns for killing the brigands as well as destroying the leadership. I also remember, guys, I did not remember to haggle over the price. Hopefully that will not happen too many more times. I want to make sure I don't screw that up any more than I have to on accident. The prices to sell here are bad. They're bad. Okay, so we will not sell here. We shan't be selling here. Instead, we're going to head up. Oh, nice. Okay. So we accomplished our mission. Many sword masters practice solitude. The thought is that they are not fighting the man in front of them. They are fighting for the spaces in between. While you cannot possibly understand the small nuances which differentiate a sword master from a would-be sellsword hacking at air, you realize the kernel of truth in the axiom. Oath-takers, though honorable and diligent, are still at heart brutally courageous and absurdly overconfident. This hit hard today in Jiu-Jitsu class, and I'll talk about that after maybe. The oath of distinction followed the swordmaster's art and spirit, and the oath-takers in mind. Standing out on their own, each man sought to prove himself to his own accord, and prove himself worthy of others' praise. And if any unbiased laity happened to be watching, then it'd be damned impossible to say the Light Brigade did not distinguish itself as a fine outfit. But distinction be damned. We can't be glory-hogging for all our days. On to the next oath, as oath-takers. So yeah, in Jiu-Jitsu today, I was practicing and learning a bit more about the spider and tarantula guards. If you're not familiar with jiu-jitsu at all, I totally understand that that sounds like gibberish. Basically, like grabbing your opponent's sleeves, having feet on the biceps or shoulders and hips, depending on what you're doing, and like controlling them that way, almost like a marionette. It's pretty difficult. You got to have strong grips. But I was rolling with my professor, black belt, pretty accomplished gentleman, and he just made me realize so fast while we were going that there are so many levels to that particular game. There's levels to every game in jiu-jitsu, so many levels. But in this particular one that I'm very like novice in, and I was just kind of starting to get my my toes wet with it. Yeah, he made me realize just how many levels there were, and I was shocked. I was like, oh no. Oh, I didn't mean to buy that. I meant to sell. But yeah, there was just... I've always known jiu-jitsu was difficult. It's not like I just realized it. But there was a moment where he did a thing, and I was just like, I can't even believe that that's a thing. And that, like, I'm so not on the level to have ever even considered that. I just felt... I was stunned. It hasn't happened to me almost ever, but I was stunned. Stunned and shocked. So the prices here to sell are quite good. We're going to sell some of this stuff. Going to keep the parched skin. Going to sell that. We'll paint something. Why not? And just like that, we're up to 7K. Boy, that feels good. What are the circumstances? They have ambush trade routes, so the stuff to sell is quite good. Look at the heavy crossbows, baby. Oh my gosh. I never buy heavy crossbows because you can get them from the Noble War, and you can also get them from... you can get a better version of them from killing goblins. But that's not for us quite yet. The quivers. I feel like we can assign some extra quivers. Do we have extra quivers on everyone? Boom. Okay. And sell those. Yeah, I was rambling about jiu-jitsu. Sorry, guys. It's a passion hobby of mine. And I do it the best I can. So this place has kind of mediocre prices on stuff. But we really can't be choosers. We need to stock up. And we're so loaded right now, it just would be foolish to not try to stock up on stuff. Might as well check the hires. And look at Janold here. God, I would love to get a character like that. A woodsman, a lumberjack would be cool too. Don't these guys do like bonus damage versus unhold or something ridiculous? Not unhold, Scrat. Another very late game enemy we haven't seen. Or do they get bonuses for using axes or something? I don't remember what their deal is. Leaf the Paladin, using a winged mace, looking sick. This place has the dudes. A bowyer, they have a monk. I always love having monks. A hunter, wouldn't be bad to pick up a hunter. But I would like to get some oath takers. We just don't have the cash. And unfortunately for us, they come pre-leveled. They have a bastard. This wouldn't be a bad time to consider picking up an extra bro in case we lose a bro. And I think I was going to switch over to our Anatomist run, but let's just play out our oath taker run. It's going well. And let's enjoy it for the day. We've got some contracts here. Brigands, sure. We need to be paid more for this. I remembered. And let's take this one and come back and do the other. It said it was south, right? South of Königswald. Drive off Brigands. Oh, damn, that's so far south. Well, alright. It'll give me a minute to heal, I guess, and repair and all that. Oh, nice. Nobles will now give us contracts. This is good. The men come to you with a startling discovery. On the inside cup of young Anselm's brain pan was a tiny rolled-up letter, and its wax stamp bears the mark of a nobleman's ring. With agreement amongst the men, you tear it open and give it a read. You find that young Anselm himself was of high birth, and that he had a writ of curia in absentia, or in mercenary parlance, an allowance to enter noble courts. You look at the men and say, young Anselm has blessed us all once again. While the sensibilities of, I don't know that word, deracinated sellswords, I don't know that word. You know what? I don't always, well, I almost never remember to look up the words afterwards. But we're going to do it right now. From now on, if I see a word I don't know, we're going to stop. And I'm going to look it up. uprooted from one's natural, geographical, social, or cultural environment. And we learned something new. Would prevent such scapegraces from ever talking with nobles, much less profaning their delicate stone floors. Young Anselm's letter carries a unique marker. One who is in his company will also gain the selfsame access. That includes this world or the next. The men surmise that young Anselm must have held quite the high station in the noble circles for this to be the case, and that he must also have held your lot in high regard to offer the power to you. But who put the scroll inside his head? That's a good question. Anthony the Rich inquires. You and the men tell him to shut his mouth. There is no point in dwelling on the hows and whats and whys. This is clearly a miracle, and yet another acknowledgement that the oath takers are on the right path. With this writ, even the nobles will give us work, which is beautiful. That means all the big places we were kind of passing up. Basically a place like this. Probably an amazing place for us to do business just because of the weaponsmith, armor, training hall. That's all the things we want and need. Wasn't there another place that we found that was just full of places we couldn't do anything with? That's a massive citadel. Hellenberg. Hellenberg was the other spot on this map that's pretty flush with stuff. So we're going to probably have to make a decision here in a bit about which new oath to take. But before we do that, we may have an opportunity to get something else here that we want. What does the quartermaster do? He just increased the amount of stuff we can carry. That's not great to me. The scavenger takes a while to pay for himself, but is good. We're going to hire the scavenger. That's a good use of our 3 grand. It's an investment in the future, and it'll start paying dividends instantly. It'll probably take, 20 contracts before we get the money back from the negotiator. It'll probably take 20 battles before we get the money back from the scavenger. But in this grand scheme of this campaign, it's nothing. So, a few brigand thugs, a few brigand marksmen, many brigand raiders. Same amount of raiders, same amount of marksmen, but instead of a leader, they have thugs. That's sometimes not a plus for them, because if we can kill these guys quickly, the thugs, we can potentially rout the guys in the backfield. And they can end up being... Oh my god. just as I said that, we get another one of these. I'm not complaining simply because this is an opportunity for us to make a lot of money. We doubled our money last time. Hopefully we do at least the same this time. While spying on the brigands, you count about 10 men moving about. You spot a figure you did not at all expect. Oswald the Brigand, the infamous robber baron. The man and his bodyguard detail must be inspecting the state of the camp. What luck! If you could take his head back to your employer, you might just earn yourself a little bonus. I also didn't really go into depth about... So this should even be a harder fight than the last one. About the value we got from that last fight. Picking up the cleaver, the long axe, and the guy's helmet. Altogether, that was thousands of crowns worth of value. So, it's worth thinking about. And this guy's got a war brand, a pretty decent helmet and set of armor. I think that's 230 armor, and I think that's a 210 helm, I believe. Now, he's not shielded. We want to shoot him whenever we get the chance. In a way that we didn't really want to mess with. That was nice also. I'm not going to complain about that. In a way that we didn't want to shoot the last guy because he was so well protected. Alright. We've revealed him. And we have a chance here to use our throwing weapons. Beautiful. We're not going to pass an opportunity here to do some damage. We got some 56%ers. We're not engaging a guy on high ground. We don't have to. So we're not going to. Alright, this guy has an aura of invincibility. We should have taken that into account whenever we started to shoot things at him. And this guy, by extension, also has quite the aura. I don't know why I didn't consider that. He's a raider, but he's wearing garbage armor and no helmet. If we could just hit him once, he's probably screwed. That was an incredibly lucky shot to go past both of my shield bros like that. And it did no damage to his armor. What the hell? What a shot. Should have stepped forward here with a quick draw. Bit of a minor mistake there. This is going to be a fun fight, though. I'm loving the terrain. I'm loving the trees and hills and counter-skirmishing stuff. That sucked. They're going to go for Gisbert, and they're going to try to kill him. He should be fine. We're going to want to switch to our melee weapons here. Unfortunately, we don't have quick hands on anyone. I'm going to take some 31s, man. I don't want to get hit by that. That guy's a raider. He's not a thug. He's dressed in thugged out gear, but he is not a thug. And then Mudun with the double decapitations, earning his money all day, every day. Power of Christ compels him. 18%, 22%. I think we don't leave our bros hanging. I think we get in there and mix it up. That 44% is nice. We're going to step in. I'm taking these like 40s and 44, and we're just not hitting any of them. It's sort of wild. See if Aaron Tier here. Nope, not a dagger. A hit there would have been pretty clutch. Yep, here goes the Warbrand. Very dangerous weapon jumping in. Okay. Now Gisbert is in the danger zone. That only did damage to his armor. Wow. Okay, let's see if they just kill him now. Sheer luck. Unbelievable. Let's reload that. The sheer absolute power of luck. But also, I think we can do better here. I say that as they land another amazing shot. 2 amazing shots. This time the terrain is very different. I don't like this terrain as much. Let's pass here and see if anyone wants to step forward like last time. Hopefully at least the thug step forward. Anybody? Huh. I'm wondering why they were so eager to step forward last time and this time maybe not. Do they feel like they just have a better setup? Fortifications are a relatively new thing in the game, and how the AI responds to having them is still kind of interesting to me. That was a really bad move for him. Whether or not we'll be able to capitalize is a totally different thing. I think Arathorn is a crappy archer as of right now. But we don't need to hit very many shots to kill this dude. And getting rid of a crossbowman early, even one, I think that's a light crossbow, is still pretty clutch. I'm going to step up here. Step here, try to land a shot. It also gives Galdrick a little bit of cover. Although I guess I kind of am making the same mistake I did in the last fight where I didn't respect they're ranged enough, and I didn't shield wall. 38%. Gotta stay behind cover. Stay behind the Kite Shields. Not getting this kill is absurd. Absurd is a strong word. It's unlikely. But we didn't get it. So it kind of is what it is. He may get a chance to shoot before us. It looks like no, though. Somebody might step in and try to get it. The guy threw a javelin, which is used for taking out shields. Fortunately for us, though, he's using a Sipar shield, which is really durable. Alright, let's land one of these. We did not. Let's land this. We did not. Let's land one of these 41s. We did, thank God. And with one crossbowman dead, who knows? Maybe the AI will think twice. And that was a beautiful shot. Very lucky. Completely bypassed his armor. Same thing we talked about a second ago. I could take some of this high ground. I expected them to take it, but they're not doing it. Can we switch? No. It's faster to try to switch than it is usually to just like look and see if I can switch. I'll step here. Getting this kill would be sweet. Basically putting them down 3 men before the battle really even starts. They got some lucky shots in the beginning. Let's see if that trend continues. Could step up here. But then I can't attack after. So we pass. And I could step in here with Mudun and start running like a train on these dudes in the back, and I like that. I shouldn't have said phrasing, guys. Always choose your phrasing. That was ridiculous what I just said. Absolutely stupid and ridiculous. Do not quote me. Do not quote that one. I say some pretty goofy stuff sometimes. For the sake of filling dead space with what I hope sounds like fun commentary. But that was awful. I was listening to a podcast this morning. I'm sure some of you guys listen to it too. Two Bears, One Cave with Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer. Or Bert Chrysler. Everyone always says his name wrong. Anyway. And they were telling prison rape stories. And that's what I just got reminded of. Which are probably not the best stories. Alright, that wasn't great for us. Could step back in here and try to shut those dudes down, but we're going to have problems here. And Mudun's the type of dude that can help solve it. But we've got to kind of get through these dudes down here first. And we can if we just get just the littlest bit lucky. We'll switch there. And we shield wall. We have to stay up here. Alright, I'm happy with that. Load. Switch. That was a really bad one to miss. This dude's got to get going. If we had hit him, he'd probably be dead right now. And this guy not dying also pretty bad for us. We got to get rid of him so we can focus on Oswald. And we also needed to get rid of some of these guys so we could take the high ground. It's just so hard to calculate for all these misses. And now Theodore is in a really bad spot. Some of our archers are in awkward spots as well to not do much. Let's see. Mudun double dodge there from the cleaver is beautiful. And his battle forge will protect him from the warbrand, which is a really strong weapon, but it's not meant against armor. Against light enemies, it just destroys them. Goblins, dire wolves, stuff like that. It'll carve through them all day. Okay, down you go. Went for the decapitation, didn't get it. That was pretty greedy. %, huh? No shots at all. Man, that sucks. My fault for not checking, I guess. Maybe we can get lucky there. Anthony's got the hook. We get him up on the high ground, he'll have a decent chance to hit. That was a 69. That's what she said. Would be nice to have caused him some bleed. $37. Come on, guys. I need some of these to hit. Like that. Beautiful. Ask and you shall receive. And we are engaging this dude on the high ground here, which is not beneficial for us. I'll take the 35%er. Gisbert. We'll switch to the billhook next turn. Just not a great archer. Not yet. We don't really have any great archers, I don't think. Heracles is not in the type of armor that we can afford to step in against Oswald. I think we step in here with our Hamian. Give this dude another target. Get a better surround. Okay, he hit me that time. That sucks. Makes me wish I had tried to shield wall. But we did put damage on Oswald. I would love to get this dude's gear, of course. But he's so dangerous, and it's early in our campaign. To surround him and dagger him to death is risky. We basically need to kill everyone else first and rout him. That's the way, if you want to make stuff like that happen. That was beautiful. And what we needed to happen. A kill there would also be clutch. Heracles has a long axe. We're not going to use it this turn. 37, still a respectable chance. Nice. God, if you could have just got the kill, homie. Nice, and we finally got the bleed. Let's get that kill there, freak them out. Some of these other kills, you can look at them and be like, why are you shooting at this guy? He's not that important. If his death causes Oswald to rout, it's very important. Or not rout necessarily, but to start to waver. Anything like that could be clutch. Alright, we're still not in danger, thankfully, from this weapon. That was huge, and there goes the armor. Whatever, though. I'm willing to not lose brothers. I'm willing to take this fight in a way to prioritize not losing brothers, that is to say. That would have been a helpful hit. Step in here. Try to get some more bleed on him. Would have been good. I like having Urhamian here for rotation. I like having quick draw here to pressure this dude. If he wants to step in, he's got to come off the high ground. You know, I don't even know why I'm messing with that. Let's get the pike out. Step in here. Beautiful. And 9 lives is going to trigger. And then we decapitate him. We didn't get his weapon. But there's still a chance we could get his helmet or his armor. I think even if you destroy it, there's a chance you get it. I believe that's the case, because I want to say I've gotten that before. See if we can shut down these archers. I'll step in here to lock this dude down. We're in good enough shape to do such a thing. Gisbert can't switch. Surprised they're still sticking in and shooting and still landing. That hurts my feelings a little bit. Little last second damage I wish we wouldn't have took. We also put Anthony up here in a very winnable situation. Especially with Heracles coming through with the big smash. Heracles smash move. There we go. Beautiful. And just like that, the fight is truly over. Still can't get past his defenses. When he runs, he'll get cut down. And then we've got the 2 archers here. There's something to be said for us maybe getting out of the crossbow game and going all straight bows, which is what I'd like to do. The thing against that is that our brothers are not yet good enough to use bows, which do require higher skill. You don't get the benefit from the assistant percentage chance to hit that the crossbow gives you. I don't remember what the number is off the top of my head, but we could easily look that up for y'all. Alright, moment of truth. What kind of loot did we get? We got his helmet. And it's a 215er, okay. And a couple, you know, patched mail shirts to replace some stuff. Some flails, which are worth a fortune. Some more daggers to put in our inventory. And some crowns. So, not as good of a haul as the last one, but even some additional javelins. Very good. And our pay is increased. Let's go ahead and check this out. We got our level here on Arathorn. Take a 3 in range skill. Happy to see it. A 4 in fatigue. Happy to see that as well. And this is one of those bros who is definitely going to be a light armor bro. And I'm tempted to just take a 5 in initiative here. We won't pump initiative very much, but he's an overwhelm bro, and he's also going to be a bowmaster bro. So he may be better as a crossbow bro. He's not going to get the ridiculous 90, you know, plus range skill that I would love to have on an archer. But by the time he levels all the way, he'll be fine. And having the additional range with the bow is huge. Overwhelm might be better to get for now. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pull the trigger on bow mastery. The additional range is sweet. We did not pick up the hunting bows like I had hoped and talked about. We'll grab that and grab this. And do that and do this. Now we got a lot of throwing bros up front. But if we're going to do that, they need to have quick hands. For the sake of uniformity, that looks good. Yeah, we got the light crossbow as expected. We're going to repair that stuff because we're going to sell it. I think you also repair hand axes. I think those are worth it. And kite shields. I almost didn't even notice kite shields, but we don't have that many shield bros. I might hold on to these, though, as... See, these weigh 16. These weigh 18, so a little bit lighter, but 15 and 25. 18, you know... We might go full kite shields. Especially with all the marksmen we've been fighting. And then the shirts. There we go. So let's remember to do everything. Let's switch over. So we're completely out of padded leather. That feels good. And then we have this good helmet to switch over to. Miguel has been getting smashed. I almost want to give him the helmet just because of that. There you go, Miguel. People will stop beating up on you, man. And let's go turn this in for a fat payday. And be very happy. But yeah, guys, sorry the videos have been coming out at inconsistent times. That was like the last thing I wanted to touch on today. And it's just because I set aside recording time yesterday, and I was 20 minutes into a video when I got a very important phone call and had to stop what I was doing and go take care of that. And that was it. I just didn't get recording time for the rest of the day. So, and then today, kids, jiu-jitsu, Russian classes, homework, I'm grading papers, more kids. And now I get a chance to record, so hopefully that's all good. And look, our first contract of a noble house. Wonderful. And they no longer have ambush trade routes, which kind of sucks because the prices are not going to be as good to sell. But look at the prices to buy now. I think these were in the 6,000s when we were here last time. The prices still aren't good. They're not good prices, but they're also not bad either. Now I'm going to sell the flails. I'm not inclined to keep those. Sell all of that. Sell that. Sell this. Sell this. Sell this. Sell that. And just like that, I could sell the Sipper Shields. Why am I holding them? For what purpose am I holding them? Get rid of that. I kind of just like them, if I'm being honest. And let's buy them in a round. Very good. Don't trust the barber's potions. A friend of my cousin's friend's uncle's drank one. And it turned him into a toad, I swear. I believe you, man. God, we could almost afford another Oath Taker. How sweet would that be? Give me a cheap Oath Taker, man, and I'll buy. If they had a guy in there for $4 grand-ish, I would pick him up no sweat. Okay, a delivery. We'll talk money. We need to be paid more. I'll need some time to think about it. Let's go into here and see what they want here. More Brigands. I might do this one off camera, but I'm hesitant to do it because our oath should have triggered by now. I'll need some time to think about this. And then this one say... Locals say there are foul things afoot, though not one will give me a proper description as to what is the trouble. Something about monstrous wolves or eight-legged monsters. I can hardly stand around and do nothing. So that's why I'm requesting your services. Head to the fief of Ravenhold, far away south. If you see any beasts, then slay them where they stand and take their heads. I'll pay for the scalp. Okay, I need to be paid more for this. Okay. Accept your offer. So here's the thing, I haven't even seen like any of these in my entire Let's Play so far, so I'm not confident that I'll be able to do that. This is just a way to get paid to explore and travel. This contract, I think it was, however, to make it up to you guys, we're gonna play for a minute extra and hope that this is a fun fight. The Light Brigade would be despondent without purpose. Sensing their needs, you retire yourself to a quiet spot and sit and clear your mind. Young Anselm never allowed himself distractions, and you think this will work in your favor just as well. As time begins to pass, a thought nestles within your mind. You trust it to be flighty and will soon go, but instead it only grows and grows until finally you are made to realize it is a kernel of young Anselm's guidance. And that guidance says only one thing, that the Light Brigade's oath should be. Okay, the Oath of Endurance. Men recover bonus fatigue. You gain extra renown for winning many battles. We need 10 battles. And... we can only take 10 minutes of battle, which won't be terrible if we get stronger. But we're not quite there yet. And this lasts for 10 turns, remember? The Oath of Camaraderie. Young Anselm believed that on occasion it was right to bring as many to a battle as one could muster, even if the great throngs did threaten the chain of command. Indeed, all men deserve to stand by their brothers. Your men always start battle randomly at wavering or breaking morale? What? But you can bring 14 men in a battle 100 times to become confident. This is fun. We just don't have the men for it. I can't take advantage of the positive. All I would get is the negative. And then the Oath of Vengeance. We get bonuses when fighting orcs and goblins, but pretty serious negatives when fighting everything else. That's terrible. I'm tempted to take the Oath of Endurance. That's so bad. This is pretty bad too. Because we can't pick our foe. If we could choose to fight a bunch of greenskins, this would be great. And there's no way we slay 50 greenskins. So I think it's the Oath of Endurance. And 2 of our men are going to sit this one out. And it's okay because we have brothers who are hurt. You know, like Miguel can sit out. Tighten up the formation a little bit. Yeah, and Heracles can sit out as well. Or Gisbert, rather. Heracles can come in. And while they heal, we chase stuff. That's not awful. Where are we at right now? We're professional. 11-10. At 1400, we'll unlock another seat. And for our trouble, we get to kill some raiders real quick before we go. 2 arms. And they're not shielded, so they're going to have a bit of trouble here. Assuming we can hit the broadside of a barn. A lot of scary weapons, though. We whiffed a 61%er. Landed that one, though. Nice. Just pump the javelins into them. I'll let Mudun take a solo fight. Not getting a kill here is pretty garbage. As we back up. Step here. They can step into this surround, but they're not going to be able to do the big swing. I don't think. I don't think they can step 2 steps and do the swing. Oh, okay. Tricksy Raiders, I see. Went for the stun, but didn't get it. Would have been nice to put that boar spear out of commission ahead of time. Let's go, guys. Come on, we need to get some hits. I really need to switch those around. That's bothering me. My OCD can't handle it. I'll take a 58%er. We'll switch, try to get a hit. That's it, man. Quick draw. Double whiff. Go for the decapitation, and with that, Heracles does not have quick hands yet. Alright, that sucks. I stepped in for him to hit me easier. We can step in there. Step in. Switch it up. And the fight's over. Easy squeezy lemon peasy. I haven't heard that saying in an age. To quote Treebeard. If you guys don't quote Treebeard at least once every day, you're missing out. That's a big part of my personality. Okay, and for our trouble, decent loot. At least to sell. Not bad loot. And not a terrible contract for 400, but we took a little more damage there than I expected. Especially considering they weren't shielded. Was it nighttime? I didn't even notice. That might have been contributing to some of our whiffs on our ranged dudes. But there we go. And I'll need some time to think about that. Guys, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Brett, channel's Good Talk Gaming. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. The world is dark and full of terrors and huge. See you guys.